A global namaste to everyone from the IBG family and our esteemed guests and dignitaries who joined from across the world. We truly welcome you to one of its kind India Business Group Chamber of Commerce webinar. Today is something very interesting, very close to our hearts. Since the time we are born, we always get glued to the film world, especially in a day of today where digital media is all over the place. We are so excited and thrilled to understand the business of
Hello.
film. They say
Hello.
film business is the happiest
Hello.
profession in the world. How? Let's talk numbers. And we are supremely delighted to have with us our head of the vertical films here at the IBG, and of course, a legend in the film world. Maybe please wholeheartedly welcome Mr. Yusuf Sheikh, Business Head, Feature Films Distribution, Acquisitions, and IPR Management for Step Picture Company. A very good morning to you, dear sir. We truly,
Thank
truly
you very
welcome
much,
you. Thank you
Simran.
so
Thank
much
you
for
very
being
much.
here with us today. Thank
Thank
you,
you
sir.
very much, Simran.
Thank you. Well, to all my lovely ladies and great gentlemen, I'd like to wish you a very happy Navratri. This is the beautiful season where we have the grace of the goddesses. And what a better feeling than to learn something so much more about business and entrepreneurship in the film world on the fifth day of Navratri. We are truly thankful to India Business Group Chamber of Commerce for really giving us this opening and fulfilling our vision, making it become a reality. As we all know, India Business Group Chamber of Commerce is a non-profit organization and works at individuals get the international arena in our endeavor so that we can excel in every field of ours. So we truly thank IBG for this one of its kind webinar. We become extremely smart and of course calculated with all permutations and combinations even at this point of time. We truly, truly thank our founder, Mr. Vikash Mittersain, who truly founded this in such a wondrous way. So we are truly thankful to you. We call him our business guru. He's a very young radio jockey. And of course, may I please formally welcome our Honorary Consul General of the Republic of Mali, and of course, the chairman of the very reputed and the prestigious Nazara Technologies. Truly an honor for all of us. With a global namaste, may we please welcome our business guru, Mr. Vikash Mittersain. A very good morning to you, dear sir. How are you doing today?
All good, all good. Thanks for inviting me. You want me to speak a few words? Are you
Yes,
saying that?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Please.
Always a pleasure.
So this is the one of the most exciting verticals of IBG, film vertical, and we have none other than Yusuf Sheikh, managing, guiding us in this vertical. This has just been started a month back, and we're already seeing a lot of traction. I think in a year's time, we will be all over the place. Not only India, IBG is now connected to about 32 chambers of commerce around the world. I will be exploring along with Yusufji how can we take Indian movies to all these chambers and their members. I have yet to count how many members are there in aggregate, but they're going to be over 1 lakh. We can promote your movies and Indian movies across the world now and in growing numbers because we plan to take our chamber connects to about 100 in hopefully 1 year. We're becoming a sort of a marketing engine to help people who want to go abroad, want to take their film products all over the world and abroad. So this is something where I will need the guidance of Yusufji. And how do we manage this? We'll talk to you on this later as time goes. So all the best for today's talk. Look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vikas, sir. And we are as excited as you are. And, we just love the film world. I'm going to truly, truly request, a very dynamic CEO. Well, she has everything on the tip of her fingers. I don't know how does she manage everything. Maybe please welcome Priya Pansare. Priya, I must tell you that, my friend is here with us from Hong Kong. And he says he's just in love with the, IBG organization. Of course, because of Vikasa, the way you plan the webinar, and of course, because of Priya, the way you take up everything. So maybe please request you for a few words.
Good morning, everyone.
I would request rather everyone over here to be on our inner circle. Once you come into the inner circle of IPG, then it's not only the webinars and the lectures. There is a lot of business which also happens in IPG. Now, speaking about this film vertical, again, it is not going to be just informations about what is happening and and things around this circle, but we are actually going to do business together. So Yusuf is of course going to throw some light on how we are going to do business together, and all the best. Thanks a lot, Simran. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Priya. Well, my dear lovely ladies and gentlemen here at the IBG Group Chamber of Commerce and our guests, please, it's time for all of us to please introduce Mr. Yusuf Sheikh. I know he needs absolutely no introduction, but please allow me so that we have more of a fresh input of the recent whereabouts as well. Mr. Yusuf is an enduring figure of Bollywood with almost 2 decades of experience and 100 plus films under his belt. His expertise lies in all aspects of film distribution and marketing across both domestic and international creations. With a cross section of films like Newton, Duplicate, Page 3, Pulp Fiction, The Lost World, Hanuman, Mukti Bhavan, Netaji, Subhash Chandra Bose, and much, much more, dabbling diverse genres, Yusuf has established an excellent working rap over the entire film industry value chain, having worked with prestigious films of banners like Gulshan Rai ji, Yash Johar ji, Drishyam Films, Rajgopal Verma ji, Kailash Nilani ji, Persept Picture Company, Fox, Paramount, and Columbia Pictures. He's hailed as both an innovator and a pioneer in the cutting-edge marketing and distribution solutions for films. He has an extensive study of new film formats and is a well-known figure at the global film festivals. Mr. Yusuf is one of the biggest go-to person for independent film producers and also produces films under his banner, Yen Movies. He has a library of films acquired over the years as IPs, 5 films under his banner are on completion and will be ready for release post the lockdown. We are supremely delighted to welcome Mr. Yusuf Sheikh. Global Namaste to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Simran. Thank you for the warm welcome and the introduction. Thank you, Vikas sir. Thank you, Priya, for giving me this opportunity to be part of this IBG vertical, which is all about films and media, all about Bollywood. Let's say, though we don't like the word too much. So yeah, let's start. Let's first address the headline of this topic, which is what they say is film industry being the happiest industry where people work. So I have got the film industry in my life through legacy. My father was a distributor and and a cinema owner. So I ended up learning the ropes of the industry very very early in my life. And it was literally like born in a cinema hall. We used to have a cinema hall, and we have to have a house on top of the cinema hall. So I was literally born in a cinema hall. So I learned the ropes of the trade very very early in my life. Uh, the reason why I say and reason why they say that this industry is the happiest industry is all because people who work here and who understand the dynamics and the feasibility of a film or a project, they just know the ride is very very smooth. They just know the ride is very very smooth. And when the ride is very very smooth, you will have an entire team of people pulling a project towards one direction. And that energy and that happiness and that the whole creative drive which leads to a business success is what a good planned feasibility project is all about. And that makes everybody and everyone who's part of the project you know go through a different high and a different happiness. I don't know how many of you have ever been to a film shoot or a film event. You will see a number of happy people, a number of people who are so happy and welcoming and so energized by what they're doing. There is a secret behind all that. There's a very big secret why, if you go to a set and you'll have like 3 people coming with a chair, there's somebody standing with the umbrella, there's somebody wanting to help you, there's somebody offering you tea, coffee, cold drinks. I don't know what is that energy. Where does it come from? Where does the whole excitement of being on a film set or being on a creative project, where does it come from? This whole thing comes from something which we want to talk about is a good business model. When we say a good business model, see, though we are in a creative field, why do people who are in the industry and who are doing work for so many years always get it right? And why do people who have not done this work or not done this homework sort of fail on the way? So that aspect has to be addressed, and I will try to address that aspect for a lot of you people today. So the typical saying in this industry that uh, you know a bigger film requires less stress and a smaller film requires like whole lot of stress. Or rather, even put it in a different business perspective, I'll tell you, a bigger film does not require money and a small film requires money. Now that's news to everybody, right? So but that is actually the fact of this industry. कि बड़ी फिल्म को पैसे की जरूरत ही नहीं है, और छोटी फिल्म है या जो अनप्लान्ड फिल्म है जो जिसकी फिजिबिलिटी नहीं है, वो घूमते ही रहेंगे पैसा ढूंढने के लिए, कैसे करें कैसे करें कैसे करें कैसे करें. So how does this whole formula work? What happens here? And if I tell you, and when you hear this out, you'll say, oh yeah, actually this is so right and this is so cool, because you know uh, you enter the field and you want to make a project, but whether or not have you worked on the planning of that project, whether not you understood what it takes, or who's your target audience, or who are you making the film for, at what cost do you have to make. There's a whole lot of business planning that is required to do that. And once that is done, you will see only a happy bunch of people. You will only see everybody pushing in one direction. What goes wrong is something that we will talk about, but what goes right is that there is already so much work gone into something. For example, I will give an example of a recent film. Let's say it's called Bell Bottom, and it's got Akshay Kumar acting in the main lead with Vani Kapoor, and Vashu Bhagnani ji is producing it, and a relatively new director is directing it, Ranjit Tiwari. Right? What happens to that film? It's a 200 crore film, but how does that unit go to Ireland in this COVID and complete the shoot in 35 days and come back happy and no stress, never heard of anything, no financial trouble, no issues about the film, no everything, planned over a period of 5 months. And then there is money in place, because why is the money in place? Why is the money in place for a film like this? Because there are enough takers for a film like that. There are enough takers who understand that this is a well-planned unit where Akshay Kumar is working, and there is a producer who knows what to do. There's a director who's done the homework of 5-6 months. Now we've done all the planning. We require 180 crores and 200 crores. We are going and shooting in Ireland. We have paid everybody's money. Let's go and make the film. Why does that happen? How does that take place? That takes place simply because they have gone and worked backwards on the feasibility of that particular film. They have gone and worked backwards that this movie has so much potential to make money. And based on that, there are enough shouts or enough calls or enough money that is riding on this project by people who want to take that chance. And that is where the industry flourishes, because those projects don't need money. Now Amazon has come on board. There is somebody wanting to buy India for 100 crores. Amazon has already gone and committed 80-100 crores, whatever the exact price, I don't know about. But so project is done in 3 sets, three deals. The project is done in 3 deals, and that's exactly what it takes to make that film with a producer like Vashu Bhagnani. So how does this all take place? It takes place when you have a good project, when you go to a director, when a director creates a project, when a producer backlights a project, and when you go to an actor who's got value in the market and he likes what you're doing, he likes your planning, he likes everything. He says, "Here I am. I'm backing this project." The minute the actor says, "Yes, I'm backing the project," that 200 crores are on table. There are 3 buyers, 4 buyers, 6 buyers for every territory. There are 4 buyers, 5 buyers for every rights that are there. So there are 4 channels which all bidding for that same film. So that magic and that feasibility number and that target audience and that whole business planning and the whole project put together gets you all the results very, very easily. But it is not easy. There is a whole lot of 6 months, 1 year of writing, there's 1 year of project planning, there's 1 year of budgeting, there's 1 year of everything that has taken place by a team which knows what they are doing. Now, against that, what makes people unhappy? What makes people unhappy is there's no planning. You are going into the market not knowing the feasibility of your film. You're going to the market not knowing what you're making. You're going to the market with no story. There are people who go and write they write their scenes on the set. There are people who don't have the budgets to do it. So if there is no planning, there is no money. There is no money. There is no feasibility. There is no feasibility. There's no target audience. There's no target audience. There's no cinema owner who's wanting to buy a film. There is no channel who wants to buy a film. So it's a cycle which you need to address, and it's a cycle which makes your life so easy. It makes your life so movie after movie, movie after movie. Akshay Kumar is giving super hits. Movie after movie, movie after movie. Raju Irani is giving super hits. Movie after movie, movie after movie. Sanjay Leela Bhansali is giving. How does that happen? Because they have understood and they know the entire system of doing the work. They know the entire. It's very easy for us to say that is, Sanjay Leela Bhansali worked on everything very well. He has a team of people. He has people backing him. So here it is. When you make a body language, when you make your work speaks for yourself. There are people who are willing to put money behind you, and not today's market. It's not those typical financiers or somebody with money which is not accountable money. This is all studios wanting to work with you. These are all people and studios and big production houses who want to work with you because they know what you're doing. They know exactly that movie after movie you say something and you get it right. You plan it well. See, a story can go wrong, a script can go wrong, and that you cannot blame anybody on. A script can go wrong. There are movies which are flopped. There are movies which go wrong, but you got to go and see what went wrong basis what was planned, and then you'll realize that there was something wrong in the planning, or there is something wrong in the feasibility, or there is something wrong in the target audience. A movie which so when we say target audience, that's the most important factor of a film. You can have, like, for example, uh, uh, you know uh, a movie like a Tube Light, for example. Why did it go wrong? It had, believe you me, it had sales of 130 crores from India theatrical alone, 75 crores from overseas, 75 crores from satellite, and 40 crores from overseas. So there is a recovery of approximately 250 crores on a film like that. But the movie flopped. Why did the movie flop? The movie flopped because somewhere down the line, audience was not ready for an emotional film from Salman Khan, when he is somebody who's a action star, who's doing something really big with the action, with the audience masses. Now there is a theory of a film. The theory of a film works on the basis of markets. So we have A, B, C, D, E. There are 5 segments of a market. Okay. Now a market of A class market is something which is a metropolitan cities, right? A B class market is some a semi metro, or cities like Kanpur, Ahmedabad, Surat, and all those other mini metros. Below that, there is all small centers which are like, we call it B plus category towns, which are like, you can say a Meerut, or a Aligarh, or you can call a Nadiad or an Anand in Gujarat, and all. I'll take these names of these cities, or Darbhanga in Patna, or these are B towns. And then there are C towns. The C towns are the ones which are like very, very small towns with 30, 40, 50,000 population. Then there are D towns, which are like having hardly any population of 20,000 people, or one cinema in one town. And there are E towns. Now a movie has a feasibility across A, B, C, D, E. So if you go to see a Dabang, it has feasibility from A class audience to an E class audience. And this is not something that I am saying. There is data available. And that is what is the planning that is done in Salman Khan's office when he makes this movie. That A to E ko ye picture achhi lagegi. Whereas when you make a Tube Light, unfortunately, it has only got stuck at A class. It didn't go beyond that. Of course, it released on an Eid. And of course, there was an audience which came to see it on the first day, and it collected 38, 40 crores on the first day. But they realized that this is not a movie for us. And then the movie started dithering slowly. And it was not declared a flop because it has done 140 crore box office. But it has not kept the buyers happy. It has not kept the people who backed that project happy. But what happens when you back a project with Salman Khan? Salman Khan calls all the buyers and says, okay, sorry, we made a mistake. This movie didn't work. it was not commercially a very big hit. I'm going to refund you all 30% of your investment. Right. So that is the kind of body language because of which then the next movie comes and the third movie comes. And so everybody in the value chain is happy here because everybody in the value chain is taken care of from the day the project is feasibility design. The feasibility design, the numbers are on table, the homework has been done. Why do you think a Raju Irani, Karan Johar take 2 years to make a film? 3 years to make a film? Because they plan everything from a pin to a, everything possible they plan. And when they realize, and planning creatively, planning business wise, all has to be, in tandem. Has to be in tandem. Whereas we have loads and loads and loads of people just jumping into industry, not doing the homework. I'm so sorry to say, not doing your homework. I am a distributor, right? What will I do with your film that you spend 1 year making? You know what will I do? I will see a 1.5 minute promo and say, "Sir, nahi chalegi." Because I have done my homework. You haven't unfortunately done your homework. So if you do your homework and you have spent 1 year, crores of rupees making the film, but you did not do your homework, you did not do what? Who are you making the film for? Who is your audience? Don't you, when you open a shop, don't you know कि ये खरीदेगा और खरीदेगा ये? All industries have this, and unfortunately, people who come into the film industry, they do not go and check who the audience is. What is? Just go and do your homework. That who am I making this for? Now, in this time of COVID, I have a theory, and I say, there's an issue. There's a deep issue, and I'm saying that when the cinemas open, which now they started opening, I have an issue that the multiplexes give you the numbers, the box office numbers, the 100 crores, the 200 crores, 300. I have an issue. I'm saying the elite, the A class, which we are banking on to pay those 400 rupees, 500 rupees, 1,000 rupees ticket, they are scared to step out. They are scared to step out and go and watch a movie in the theater. They're scared. So that is my 25% audience. That 25% audience, stops coming to the theater for the time being for the next 6 months, right? How gutsy they are, or where there's that 10% from that 25% who says, no, we will go, we don't mind. But the 25% is that audience. If you go all India, that is 40-50% is your audience, A-class audience, which goes and buys a 300 rupee ticket. I'm talking about Bombay at 25%. If all India, if you go say 40% of 40-50% of that audience is what is going to go and buy your ticket in A-class cinemas or in A-grade cities. In the most of the business is coming from metros. So in the metros, there is an elite audience who doesn't mind spending that 400-500 rupees. Now, if that audience is reluctant or scared to walk into a cinema hall to watch the film, what is going to happen to opening of the cinemas right now? It is a scary part. I am not saying it's not going to change. It is going to change over a period of couple of months when a good product comes in. When a Tenet comes from Christopher Nolan, there will somebody who will say, let me take that chance and go to the theater. But when I'm saying the 25%, the portion of that 25%, I'm talking about elders. I'm talking about the whole funda of Bollywood and the multiplexes being visited by families. When the whole family, 8 members of a family go to watch a film, or 6 members of a family, father, mother, right, 2 kids and the grandparents go to see a movie, that is the beauty of Bollywood. That is the beauty of Indian film industry, where the whole family goes to a theater to watch a movie, and they buy popcorn, and they buy Pepsi, and they buy all the stuff that is available, and they make it a packet for the multiplexes to really spend that kind of money on making of the cinemas. They're like really luxurious chairs and A-class food, and everything is taken care. So that is the issue with your feasibility of a cinema now, because somebody asked the question saying, what is the future looking like in COVID? So I'm saying that is the issue with the feasibility. But so I have to account for it when I make my next movie. I cannot jump in and say, okay, now I'm going to release this movie and I'm going to make 300 crores overnight. Why do you think Rohit Shetty has postponed Suryavanshi from Diwali date to April next year? Because he knows that the audience will take time to reach to the cinema halls. So let me give it a breather of 5 to 6 months when the audience is a little more confident to go into a cinema hall. Anyway, so coming back to how this business is done, so this is what we are talking about, is the theaters. and who's your audience in the sense A, B, C, D, E. If you put your data together, you will know that, okay, Dabang does a business of this kind of, this number from this audience, which is A, B, C. From a small town, it collects so much. From a middle town, it collects so much. From a mini metro, it collects so much. From a metro, it collects so much. You have your data in front of you. Now, if you do your homework with that data, you cannot make a mistake on feasibility of your film. Success is not guaranteed. थिएटर में ऑडियंस ताली बजाएगा कि नहीं, दैट इज नॉट गारंटीड. थिएटर तक ऑडियंस को लेकर आएंगे पहले 3 दिन, उसकी गारंटी आप ले सकते हो बेस्ड ऑन द हाइप दैट यू कैन क्रिएट एंड बेस्ड ऑन the campaign that you create. So this is a lot of science here. I keep telling people it's just not art, it's a lot of science. There's a lot of business dynamics that play, and that is what the whole topic of my discussion is, that there's a science here, and before you jump into this, there is a science that you need to follow, and when you follow that science, you only have happy bunch of people. ऐसा नहीं कि सेट पे चले गए कुछ भी शूट करके आ गए. It's not going to work. It is just not going to work. And here people are so, I mean, driven that they start off a film in 3 months, 4 months pre-production, because people are very driven. Internationally, it takes 3 years to plan a film. Why do they do that? They know everything in advance, every single thing in advance, and that is
All right. I'm not sure if it's from my hand. So, Girish, if you could just let me know.
why everything is happening. This is why every employee of a project or a kind of energy with that kind of everything. So, am I audible?
Yes, you
Hello?
are. Yes, it
Yeah,
was
okay.
just.
So that is one aspect. Then there are like basics of models of how a theatrical business works. There are models of how a satellite makes money, or models of how OTT makes money, the models of how do they evaluate. All these people have their own evaluation system because they all rely on data, which is past data. If you do not have your past data, when you make a film, when you produce a film, the least you know is that you'll compare it to some film in your life and say, "Ye picture uske jaisi hai," right? So then you know that, okay, I'm in that category. If you're in that category, then you have to go and find data of that particular film. So if you've gone and made a Ragini MMS, go and find data of Ragini MMS kind of a film. Small budget. I don't say small budget is bad. I don't say big films are only good. I'm saying the idea and the backing to that idea, feasibility backing of that idea has to be really worked on. Then you go and be creative and do what you want to, because people want new ideas and new stories. But I mean, a Neeraj Pandey goes and launches himself when he's who he is and how big he is today. But he launched himself with a small idea, which is called A Wednesday, the film. And it was a 2.5 crore rupee film. But you go and see the film and see the number of aspects of that film that have gone right, because there was so much homework done. You are addressing a topic which people want to see. You have characters, actors, dialogues, the whole thriller element. Everything has been worked on, because it is not a movie which is going to start really big, and that's why I kept the budget low. But 2.5 crore rupee film, on the first morning there is no audience, and in the night show, audience are standing up in the theater and clapping. So he knows the science that this is what is going to happen to the end of the day. Ram Gopal Varma went and made Satya. He knew the science of what he was doing. He knew that this is something that audience wants to watch. And there is study gone in there saying that this, and the people who backed it, it's a Bharat Shah presentation, and there is money on the table to make a film like that. Because when he gave the narration and when he explained the project to people, they all who are in the industry, they understood that this is a movie which is going to, has a ABCD scale, and it has all the ingredients of everything that is to be done. And then obviously the background of Ram Gopal Varma, who had just given Shiva and the movies like that, he knows what he was getting into. So Manoj Bajpayee is a new star in Satya. But it does not take 2 shows. I happened to get a chance to work on Page 3. It didn't take 2 shows. Third show, it's house full. First 2 shows, we want a word of mouth happening. But we went and worked on the science of Page 3. that there is a movie called Page 3, which is about what? Which is about aspirations of an audience who wants to see what happens in on Page 3, what happens in these parties. So there is an aspirational audience, and what we show inside the film is something which is, if, I'm sure a lot of people have seen that film. What we show inside is what is going to, it's like a bomb. That, oh my God, this is the reality of what happens behind the scenes of these Page 3 parties. And today it is part of our life. So we realize that there is a huge target audience who wants to see what is going on. There's a huge, and that science and a budget which is less than 2 crore rupees. So Madhur Bhandarkar came to us with the project and said, go ahead, wow, this is amazing, let's do it. So for that, the whole homework that had happened to know why this will work or why this, you can go wrong. We have gone wrong 100 times. You can go wrong. There is so many aspects of this Bollywood industry that keep, changing. Like right now, the COVID situation or a political situation or rains or thunder, floods that are happening in Hyderabad right now. Nobody has the control on those things. You can go wrong. I released a film called Yahan, which was Sujit Sarkar's first film. First film of Sujit Sarkar. Beautiful film. I don't know how many of you have seen it. Jimmy Shergill and Manisha Lamba. It released on 26/7. The whole Bombay was underwater. It released on that day. I mean, it is a Thursday night and it starts pouring, and I have to deliver the prints all across India, and I'm trying to do that. I don't know how long this rain is going to last. But 26/7 and boom, hello, no, every cinema is shut. Every single theater is shut. And obviously the film released, and through word of mouth and through its own PR and through its own reviews, it picked up and it did the business. But that aspect you cannot control. But did you do the homework right to get the film there? And then I know that, okay, this is a film that I'm making for X amount of money, and I'm going to now recover the balance money from theaters and balance money from satellite rights, internet rights. I'm going to, the music is really good. Overseas, there's a demand for a film like that. I need to know that in a similar capacity, which are the movies which are doing well. And in that capacity, I have the data in front of me that, okay, Jimmy Shergill last movie has done so much. So this movie can easily do, 20% here and there. So you have to really go and do all that homework. Okay, there's some questions, Simran, we can take, one
Yes,
second.
very
Why
much.
did the Kapoor film Mera so badly? It had everything going for it.
Yes.
There is a question from our chairman, Vikas ji. Why did Mera Naam Joker flop? Because, sir, to me, it's one of the most beautiful films. But also to say, we were living in an era where masses were dominating cinemas that time, and the masses to some extent need masala films, and this was a very emotional film. It had, today after so many years, it's one of the biggest hits for the Kapoor family. Okay, because it's got super value on satellite, super value on internet. I mean, it's a cult classic. In those days, it was not something which appealed to the masses. See, if you see Mera Naam Joker and if you see Bobby, or if you see Mera Naam Joker, I am nobody to comment on Raj Kapoor Saab. He is my biggest guru. I've learned so much from there. But if you see Ram Teri Ganga Maili and Prem Rog, he's the subject that is catering to the kind of people. Whereas this was a unique subject, Mera Naam Joker, which had, it had its limitations, and it was an emotional film rather than something which the masses want, a masala kind of a film, or a emotional, or a film which has so much drama. This has an individual story which, according to me, it had a lot of emotions and music which took very long for people to register, and it took very, very long. So you've got to understand, I mean, one has to understand who's your immediate target audience. And those days there were no multiplexes, so there were all masses everywhere. Single screen cinemas were ruling the roost, and single screen cinema ka taste ka picture nahi tha us time pe. But if you go and see Ram Teri Ganga Maili, we all know how people it was one of the biggest hits of those times. If you see Bobby, it was a cult classic because it brought in, so to say, the teenage love story in such a beautiful manner, and there was a huge target audience for that. So these are certain things that obviously big filmmakers, Raj Kapoor and all, go with their conviction and they make their films. It is relevant today. It is big time relevant today. In that time, it lost a little money. Like in for that matter, if you've seen Yash Chopra's Lamhe, सर वन ऑफ द मोस्ट ब्यूटीफुल फिल्म। तब मल्टीप्लेक्स थे नहीं सर, तो वो लम्हे जो पिक्चर आज के जमाने में इट वुड हैव बीन द बिगेस्ट बिगेस्ट हिट एवर, राइट? बट उस टाइम पे it missed the this thing because they're very classy. In our Bollywood language, we call it high gentry film. Only the high gentry is going to like it. Now, high gentry in those days was not going into cinemas because they were single screen cinemas. Means they were going, but they were going compared to today. Fewer people were going. There was an era in the 80s and the 90s when the high gentry stopped going to cinema halls. Because they could not handle the single screen crowds and they could not handle. And that is why the whole era of multiplexes has changed the dynamics as a business. जो उस जमाने में 2 करोड़ 4 करोड़ का बिजनेस होता सीधा 200 करोड़ 400 करोड़ हो गया, because they are willing to pay for the gentry is willing to pay any amount of money. Means Inox at Atrium Mall charges 1350 rupees for a ticket, and you'll never get a ticket. It's always full. Why? Because they're willing to pay for that luxury. They're willing to enjoy the film in that 35-seater cinema hall, and 1350 rupees a ticket, 1500 rupees a ticket. They are willing to pay. There's no problem at all. Similar cinemas PVR has come up with even in at Phoenix Mall at Lower Parel. Similar cinema, and they have like loads of audience watching the movies there and preferring to watch it only there. So there's a gentry which used to watch it. Anyways, there are a lot of questions, and I'm like, we're going off all the time. But
Sure.
yeah, let me just check.
No,
What
you're not going off. It's interesting, but yeah, we have this question: how to make start distribution for regional language film or a startup?
So regional language is something which is again catching up very very well. So what is happening? What is the formula of regional cinema, right? Uh, I being an exhibitor and I have cinema halls in Gujarat and they are in small towns. So there is a little disconnect the audience feels when we see very uh, you know we as an audience is making, for example, a Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, or making, for example, a rock star, or making films like, let's say, Tare Zameen Par. Now, if you really go and study them, there are very, very well-meaning films. They're beautiful films, but somewhere the masses who really like that action and masala and city and Ghana and dance and everything, they don't find that flavor in those films. The mass, the real mass. I mean, I'm talking about the real masses who go and the front benchers who we used to call, they're not really happy with that film. But we make it because our multiplex audience loves them, and we recover our money very well. They want a dabang. That mass wants a dabang. They want to do city, tali, bajana, ye wo, right, in a single screen cinema, which they're not getting regularly from Bollywood. So what do? They go and visit the regional cinema where all these ingredients are put in. So if you go to see a Bhojpuri movie, they have all the masala on a Salman Khan movie and 10x masala. They have melodrama which like of a different level, which you can't fathom sometimes, that how can you have so much melodrama on a film? Or for that matter, in Gujarati films that I've distributed, there was even now the stories which are working, which are as age old as Jai Santoshi Ma. Same story works. That there is an emotional connect between there is a landlord and there's a zamindar. So regional cinema has its own audience. There's a target audience waiting who does not really get energy to go and buy a Tare Zameen Par ka ticket on the cinema hall. You say, "Oh, to main theater mein nahi dekhunga, oh, to main TV pe dekhunga." Why do you think so this is a very good question to understand. Why do you think there's so many channels showing only South Indian films dubbed in Hindi? Why do you think so? Because this is the flavor that the regional audience wants. That is the flavor of the masala, Rajnikant fighting, jumping, those really really crazy action scenes. That is what our masses want, and they're not getting it from so many of our films. So on a premium slot on a Sunday, you will see a South Indian film. Why? Because the mass, and mass is one which is consuming the TV, not you and me. We on a Sunday will go out for a dinner with the family, whereas the masses are sitting in front of the TV and watching that masala Rajnikant movie or a South Indian film with the unknown actor and just going crazy watching it. And because there is so much, unka खुराक उनको वहां मिल रहा है. Regional cinema, is found its own niche because they are finding their food from that area. a Gujarati film or a Bengali film. The flavor of a Bengali, typical Bengali film, a Bengali guy wants to see, he's not getting it from Bollywood. There's only one Parinita made for them. But the masses over there are dying to see regional stories. So the regional stories are appealing to them, and that's why that has kept the industry very alive. And now more so, in this era, this is going to become more and more relevant. More and more relevant because people want to know, because there is, there is so much of opening of formats. So Marathi OTT has also started, Bengali OTT has also started. So there is consumption, and there's consumption, there's target audience, and I'm giving it to you in your house. So why not make those movies and made at a cost which is 1/100th of a Hindi movie? A regional film is made at 2 crores and 3 crores, whereas a big blockbuster Hindi movie is made at 100 crores. So see the difference, and the recovery from that particular audience is good enough. So look at a movie like Sairat. I don't think this country has ever produced a more successful film. I'm saying in this whole country, there has never been a more successful film like Sairat. Its box office is 150 crores from one state, which is Maharashtra. 150 crores box office from Maharashtra alone. So if this movie was all India, what would happen? Just multiply into 13 territories. That's 13 more territories where this movie could release if it was a Hindi movie. But it's a Marathi movie done 150 crores is unheard of ever in this history of our Bollywood. In the history of our lifetime, we haven't seen so many audiences watching a movie. That means the whole state has watched the film. 150 crores box office from one state. We are talking about a Dangal or a Bajrangi Bhaijaan doing 350 crores all India. This is 150 crores from one territory. Imagine the power of regional cinema. And the movie is not made for like 40 crores. It's made for 4 crores. But the conviction, the flavor that the audience wants. And of course, now it is getting remade in 3-4 languages. So Hindi came, which also was successful. Then they've made it in Tamil, Telugu. All the languages are buying it. So imagine come back to our main heading, happiness. A correct planned project gives happiness that can for years and zindagi bhar. Diwar was made for 1 crore 30 lakh rupees. Today, if you go and buy a satellite rights of Diwar, you'll have to pay 3 crore rupees. Sir, 1975 की 1 crore 30 lakh की पिक्चर आज सैटेलाइट 3 crore में बिकता है, 2.5 crore में बिकता है. आज, after 50 years. That is the happiness it gives. So it's a different level of success here is a different level, and not only the most successful films. There are the movies that have done. I mean, the numbers and the audience that wants to watch it is no limit to that. Whether you're talking about a Prem Rog, you're talking about Mera Naam Joker, or you name it, the kind of money it is generating for a lifetime. It's a cult music that keeps making money. The satellite rights keep making money. I mean, Devanand's movies, he has 35, 40 of them which he produced. His family keeps getting a crores and crores ka package every 2-3 years from there. That is what I am trying to tell you. That if you have something well planned, if you something which has done all this homework, then that is the day you stop. You produce a film. After that, you don't look back. Whereas most people, what we are doing is something reverse of that. And that is what is very important for people to understand. That don't go reverse. Do your planning.
So we have a lot of questions.
I know.
We want to have an MBA program in film business. Do you think it will help the film industry for having a good case-based study?
Absolutely. This is the only area which is missing right now. And I try to address it most places where I go. Is that how, till you don't know what you're doing, the business, the program which will help people understand the dynamics of numbers, you're just jumping in and doing something which has got no history, geography. Why would you do that? Your buyer doesn't do that. Your buyer sees your trailer in 1 minute and says nahi chalegi. Buyer sees your 10 crore movie and says मैं तो 1 crore दूंगा. खत्म हो गया. आपने 1 साल मेहनत की, 10 crore के पीछे किसको पूछ के बनाई आपने सोचा इसकी feasibility है कि नहीं है? Or are you just playing a gamble? So gamble तो फिर pay for it. दूसरे लोग gamble नहीं कर रहे हैं. वो लोग gamble, उनका gamble creativity का थोड़ा gamble है कि चल यार ये shot में इधर से jump कराऊंगा. वो gamble ठीक है. लोगों को अपना बिजनेस मॉडल क्लियरली मालूम है कि हम ये बिजनेस में ये इतना पैसा डालेंगे, इसकी इतनी रिकवरी है. है रिकवरी, एंड वी आर ओनली टॉकिंग अबाउट करंट रिकवरी. फ्यूचर तो भूल ही जाओ, फ्यूचर तो 50 साल बाद और 10 साल बाद और 5 साल बाद भी चीजें हिट हो जाती है, वो तो अलग ही है. हम तो फर्स्ट रिकवरी की बात कर रहे हैं. फर्स्ट रिकवरी तो सोचो ना, आज people are, you go, why are these production houses flourishing? I mean, Ekta Kapoor makes LSD and makes 10 crore rupees. LSD क्या है भाई, कोई नाम नहीं, कोई नहीं, कुछ नहीं. बट नहीं, हमने राजकुमार राव को लॉन्च किया था उस पिक्चर में, और वो पिक्चर 1 करोड़ में भी नहीं बनी थी, 60 लाख में बनी थी, और धंधा हो गया 10 करोड़ का उसका. पेज 3 1.5 करोड़ की पिक्चर है, 20 करोड़ का धंधा है. तो उनको, हमको पता है कि ये होमवर्क करके जाएंगे तो हम अपने पैसे तो निकाल लेंगे, और हिट की गुंजाइश बहुत ज्यादा है क्योंकि हमने होमवर्क बहुत किया है इसके ऊपर. तो वो सब चीजें वर्क करना, उसका साइंस है, और साइंस स्टडी करेंगे तो you are going to dance to the bank. And that is the whole fun of this industry, which people just jump in without doing their homework. Of course you got to go and find out कि ये कौन सी पिक्चर की मैं मुकाबला कर रहा हूँ, मैं क्या बना रहा हूँ, किसके लिए बना रहा हूँ, क्या ऑडियंस है, कौन से मौसम में लेके आऊंगा, दिवाली पे क्यों रिलीज करते हैं लोग पिक्चर, क्या पिक्चर की म्यूजिक कब रिलीज होना चाहिए, उसका कब, सब कुछ प्लानिंग से होता है सर. अगर नहीं किया तो, और इसको करने के लिए ये साइंस के बाद आपको, यू डोंट हैव टू लुक बैक, देयर इज सो मच हैपनिंग. सो we always say that every film is good at a price. Every film is good at a price. Yes. आपने पिक्चर कितने में बनाई हो तो जरूरी है ना, आपको पता ही नहीं था कि आपका ऑडियंस है ही नहीं, आपने क्यों बनाई इतने पैसे में. लेकिन अगर आपने 10 करोड़ की पिक्चर बनाई, मैं तो 1 करोड़ में लूंगा, मुझे मालूम है 1 करोड़ की चीज है. आपने 1 करोड़ में बनाई, मैं तो 10 लाख का ऑफर करूंगा, क्योंकि मुझे मालूम है 10 लाख में इसमें से निकालूंगा. So there are some finer points of the film. I will back those finer points and pay you that money as a distributor. I am not going to pay you. आपने 1 करोड़ में बनाई, आपने मुझे पूछ के बनाई थी, आपने बायर से पूछा था, आपने स्टडी की थी, आपका होमवर्क था, आपका नहीं था तो फिर आप रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो, हम रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं है. So an actor backs the person who knows his homework. Actor will not back you if you don't know your homework, right? So actor also knows कि ये feasibility पे चीज बन रही है. I mean, there are times when people say Salman Khan hears only 4 scenes and says yes, okay to the film. He has the knowledge to say, okay, these 4 scenes are there in the movie and this is the basic story, I can do it. We will do it. And they said, okay, now let's sit down and start work. And they sit down and brainstorm and work on the songs, and you'll see, hear 50 songs and select one. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? He knows the pulse of the audience, that my audience wants इस तरह का गाना, माई ऑडियंस वांट्स टू सी बेबी को बेस पसंद है, उनको पता है कि ये पंजाब का ऑडियंस इससे खुश हो जाएगा. नाउ इवन अ जुरासिक वर्ल्ड, इफ यू गो टू सी, हैज अ चाइनीज कैरेक्टर, हैज अ इरफान खान. दे आर कवरिंग द एंटायर फीजिबिलिटी बाय सेइंग एक चाइनीज एक्टर डाल दो, एक इंडियन एक्टर डाल दो, यहाँ पे मार्केट बहुत है. वो लोग भी तो अपना होमवर्क करके आते हैं ना, उनको पता है कि भाई क्यों दीपिका पाडुकोन को लेना है XXX में विन डीजल के साथ, बिकॉज शी हैज अ फॉलोइंग हियर, टेक हर ऑन बोर्ड. So there is a lot of this number game which is done on basis of the homework that they have about the target audience. There is a science, clear science. Yeah.
Sir, I'm going to club in 2-3 questions because we spoke about revenue. So I'll take it from there. Since there are long-term revenues nowadays for films, should a producer try to make a quick buck or plan for the long term? And what genre of films would you support during these times of COVID, and which are your favorites as well?
So yeah, there are multiple questions, but how do you define a genre? I don't make art cinema. So if I make art cinema, for example, I have produced something which is very arty. I know where I'm going to take it and at what cost I'm making. So I am going to send it to the festival, let the festival audience watch it, and let them like it. If they don't, I have my homework of doing that, and there is something about that film which I have figured out, which I'm going to put out to the market, and I expect that the art cinema audience will buy it. But I have not spent crores of rupees on doing that. I have spent lakhs of rupees on making that film. Because I know उसकी इतनी गुंजाइश इतनी है, हर चीज की एक गुंजाइश तो समझनी पड़ेगी ना. आपको अपना जेब तो समझना पड़ेगा कि मेरी जेब में इतना पैसा है तो मैं इतने की चीज खरीद सकता हूँ. So that number is very important. In terms of genre, every genre has capability if you work on on its feasibility. Am I making a mass movie? Yes, I'm happy to make a mass movie. Last year I produced a Hindi Bhojpuri film which was only for Bihar. I said okay, because it is in a limited budget and it is going only to that audience. So, and I know that there is a satellite buyer for that. There is a, Bhojpuri has his own audience. So I'm going to go and make my money from there. But how much? Only so much, not so much. So I know I can put 1 करोड़ डालूंगा तो 1.25 मिल जाएगा मुझे. वो मुझे होमवर्क तो करना पड़ेगा. अगर हिट हुई तो 5 भी मिल सकता है, लेकिन मेरे 1 नहीं जाएंगे.
Sure, sir. We do have a glitch for a second, but I'm going to wait and hold on. I hope it's not from my side. Girish, you can kindly cue me.
No, no.
Is it from my side, Girish?
Project is going to be.
Yeah, thank you.
Every genre has its feasibility, na? I'm making a family drama now. Why do people say राजश्री ऐसी पिक्चर बनाओ? अब राजश्री की पिक्चर के लिए ऑडियंस कहाँ से लाएंगे? उसके लिए आपको स्टडी करना पड़ेगा. उसका स्केल क्या है? So everything, every genre has its own feasibility.
Sure. So ये बड़ा interesting है. Do you think Saudi films, Marathi films, and Tollywood are more intellectual than Hindi films?
Every film, all these guys, Saudi films, they really work very hard on the films, and their audience really appreciates their masala films. So they have kept one very important thing. So see, हर business का एक model है. वो लोग ticket का rate जो है, वो 200 रुपए से आगे बढ़ने नहीं देते. That is why they see all the masses coming to the cinema hall. And in Chennai, if you go, the first 5 rows or 4 rows are at 20 rupees. Yes. Maximum rate of first 5 rows is 50 rupees. You cannot, the cinema owner is not allowed to keep the rate beyond that. पहले 5 row जो हैं, वो masses के ही हैं. They have not let the masses not afford the film. And that is why you can make those really, fantastical films which are like, आदमी चार सीढ़ी मतलब ऐसे जंप करता है, मतलब the Rajnikant formula. They love their cinema, they love their heroes. आपको पता है वहाँ मंदिर बने हुए हैं एक्टरों के, पर वो एक्टर मेक श्योर करता है कि मेरी मास को अपना खुराक में पहुंचाऊं. और सिनेमा ओनर ये मेक श्योर करता है कि मैं पहली 5 रो उसके लिए रखूंगा. वो 5 रो में सिर्फ मैं 20-25 रुपए का टिकट रखूंगा, उससे ज्यादा नहीं रखूंगा. आई डोंट वांट टू मेक मनी, लेट देम कम एंड एंजॉय. नाउ वेयर हैव वी थॉट अबाउट दैट इन बॉलीवुड? हम नहीं सोच रहे हैं वो बारे में. मास तो आउट ही हुआ है हमारा. हमारी टिकट रेट 400 रुपए है, हमारी फ्रंट रो की टिकट रेट 300 रुपए, 200 रुपए है. तो है, everybody is doing their own thing. If I am getting an audience at 400 rupees, why will I sell it at 100 rupees? फिनिक्स मिल में अगर आदमी 500, 1000, 2000 देने को तैयार है तो हम लेंगे. तो वो बिजनेस मॉडल है उनका अपना अपना. और उस लेवल का कंफर्ट, उस लेवल की फिल्में भी तो आ रही है. अगर मैं कोई अननोन फिल्म रिलीज करूंगा तो कोई थोड़ी आने वाला है.
Sure. Sir, what are the revenue streams option for a film and web series, and what are the most critical collateral for funding a film?
So I'll take one question at a time. The revenue streams options for film and web series is basically film has, all your normal 4-5 formats which go immediately. So there is, you have a theatrical business, which is number one, that a film makes money from a theatrical business. You have something which is satellite and OTT with digital, which is buying your films. They're regularly buying cinema because they need to keep new movies coming on satellite all the time. And we have overseas rights. Overseas is something which is spread far and wide. Now, we really don't work hard to make sure that the audience gets those films. Those, Lunchbox, if you talk about, even if you call it's an alternate film, it's not a commercial film, right? An alternate film, it's gone and done 200-300 crores. A 4-5 crore rupee film has gone and done 300 crores. So, there's a model which has worked for them, and they've worked on it very hard. So there is a whole lot of discussion that'll happen on that. But overseas is a big market, huge market. I mean, it's like, whether you can do India or Indian audiences there, or you can do, crossover. There's a like crazy amount of people who watch this cinema, crazy, and it opens all the formats. So satellite in overseas, satellite in digital in overseas, music in overseas, वो अलग ही है. And music rights are very, very important. Right? Nowadays, dubbing is very, very important because your movie which is made in South comes to Hindi, Hindi movie goes to South. So dubbing gets you revenues. So revenues are plenty there. Web series now when they release in 6 languages, 7 languages. So all that audience who's sitting at home and who's a mass who wants to watch that film will get it in their language. Because dubbing is very easy. So it takes 2 to 4 lakh rupees to dub a film. So dub it and put it in Bengali. So audience sitting in Bengali can watch your Patal Lok in Bengali. They identify more. That gives you, and there is always a switchover option of not wanting to watch in Bengali, watch it in Hindi, watch it with English subtitles. So imagine the business scope of the business is going crazy. You just have to get the right stuff going and crazy. The multiplier effect of a film which is successful is unheard of, and that is the whole topic here. Happiness. The multiplier effect जिंदगी भर पैसा देती है, जिंदगी भर, सालों तक हर इंसान जो जुड़ा हुआ है वो पैसा कमाता है. शोले के अंदर एक सांभा था, जो when I'm talking about artist success, एक सांभा था कि जिंदगी बदल गई एक डायलॉग के बाद. कितने आदमी थे, वो एक आदमी गब्बर सिंह ने उसको पूछ लिया, अरे ओ सांबा कितने आदमी थे, वो उनका करियर में 50 फिल्में और आ गई. एंड ही वाज अ जूनियर आर्टिस्ट, so to say. He was not a mainstream actor. He was just an actor who was struggling to get into Bollywood, and he got that movie. Of course, he had done few movies before, but I'm just giving you an example. I'm not, going back to his career in his life. I'm just saying an example. One actor like that worked in 50 films after that. Imagine one success multiplies into 50 of those. Or for that matter, you name it, your life, you will never forget those characters. राजपाल यादव जब आया था, उसने रामू को बोला था मुझे एक सीन देना सर, एक शॉट चाहिए मुझे. वो जंगल पिक्चर में उसको एक डायलॉग चाहिए था, बस सर मैं बहुत टैलेंटेड हूँ, मुझे एक डायलॉग दो बस आपकी पिक्चर. एक डायलॉग के बाद राजपाल यादव 150 पिक्चर कर चुका है. He became a star overnight with that one dialogue. So they worked on it. It's not by chance, it is by design. They worked on it, and everybody is taking a chance. Chance नहीं है, design है ये. वो बोला रामू जी एक डायलॉग देना मुझे, मैं कुछ भी करूंगा, आप मुझे एक डायलॉग देना. और रमाजुद्दीन सिद्दीकी की कहानी सबको मालूम है, स्टेशन पे सोए, कहाँ सोए, पर नहीं छोड़ा उन्होंने, अपना नहीं छोड़ा उन्होंने अपना कन्विक्शन. आज 3 करोड़ 5 करोड़ पिक्चर के लेते हैं सर, वो जिन्हें कोई 10,000 रुपए नहीं देता था, बट वो टैलेंट थी और होमवर्क करके आए थे, तो बस लगे रहे. So I can give you 1,000 examples right now. It's a beautiful, happy industry where you start at your work and just go, fly, go. आपको wings दे दिए हैं, जाओ करो. एक पिक्चर में आपको रोल दे दिया, आप करके दिखाओ बस. ऑडियंस को आप, the screen is for you, हक कर लो उनको.
Yusufji, this has been of supreme interest to everybody here. That's why we have non-stop questions. But I'm sorry, I know time is up. But since you head our film vertical, I'm going to please request you, and of course, Vikas sir and Priya will also request you, if you can please come once again, and we like to learn more about
Yeah,
this.
I was telling Priya that you might have to do part 1, part 2. Of course, there's no right now. We don't have a structure because there is so much to talk about. I spoke about film feasibility, a producer's feasibility. There's a distributor's feasibility. There's a cinema owner's feasibility. There is whole lot of actors' feasibility. Why is he doing something what he's doing? Why is a writer doing what he's doing? Why is a music company making a music? Everybody has their own models, and they're so good and they're so well rehearsed. और हम लोग बोलते हैं अरे कुछ भी बना देंगे. नहीं, बहुत प्लानिंग के साथ चीजें होती है, और सक्सेस आफ्टर सक्सेस. आज छोटी पिक्चरें बनती हैं. आज सारेगामा is making only 2 to 4 crore rupee films. Every movie is successful. They have 16 productions going on right now. Every movie is successful. They know what they are doing. They're doing their homework. They know. They might make 10 में से 4 गलत हो गई, लेकिन रिकवरी है उसकी. वो सुपर हिट नहीं हुई, उसकी रिकवरी प्लान की हुई है. वो सब साइंस समझना पड़ेगा सबको. वो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग साइंस है.
जी, बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग है. और सर, सिंस हमने बहुत बार बोला है दे डूइंग देयर होमवर्क, सर पता करना है कि इज इट रिलेटेड टू एकेडमिक स्टडी करना है और एक्सपीरियंस इज द बेस्ट होमवर्क?
गुड क्वेश्चन. एकेडमिक्स तो है ही नहीं, इसके अवेलेबल ही नहीं है. It is only about experience. It's only about knowing your numbers. You have to go back and box office numbers, area numbers, season numbers, regional numbers. There are numbers ही numbers हैं. वो numbers को आप work करोगे तो आपको पता चलेगा कि भाई संजय लीला भंसाली ने गुजारिश क्यों नहीं चली और रामलीला क्यों चली, या फिर लगान और स्वदेश के बाद ये जो अभी आई थी पानीपत, आशुतोष गोवारिकर की, या मोहनजोदारो क्यों नहीं चली, वो आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. देयर इज एवरी साइंस इज अवेलेबल. और हम लोग हम अपने आप को पंडित बुलाते हैं, Of course, we also take the shout and punt the money. But वो पंडित करने और हम वो पंट करने वाले पंडित भी हैं कि हमको अगर पिक्चर मार्केट में ओपन मिलती है, we go and bid and buy for it because we know that इसका homework हुआ हुआ है. And that opportunity is immense if you really know what you're doing. This is what we do all the time. You send me any movie to buy, we buy at our price, at our homework. अब हम गलत जाएं सही जाएं, हमको हमारा homework पता है, हम करते हैं.
Thank you so
Yusuf.
much. Thank you. Absolutely a wonderful session and it was completely brilliant and बहुत सारे राज का आज हमें समझ आया. So we're truly thankful to Yusuf Sheikh sir. And I'm going to request Mr. Vikash Mitra to kindly address everyone at this point of time when we are so bright with ideas.
So to tell, I'm completely in-depth knowledge मिला है आज. We are not from the industry. जब हमको somebody चाहिए था to head our vertical, film vertical, we had 2-3 choices. ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं थे. But we did our own homework, as he keeps on saying. And then we came up with this name. इनको request करो, अगर ये vertical को head करेंगे, it will fly, it will go places, and it will be long-term revenue. Revenue means long-term. So extraordinary चीज है. Priya, I think we should do one more, as she said, part 1, part 2. Maybe
Part 2 is what we're thinking. We probably go on a panel discussion with getting industry
We can get
experts.
industry experts also to
Yes.
endorse things. And I'd request people who are interested should send in the questions in advance so that
Yeah.
we can
We can
structure
say.
this, because otherwise it's little unstructured and we are all over the place sometimes. Sorry about that. But yeah, we can structure it.
So with Yusuf, I think we are really going to go places. I'll be picking up his brains as we go along, as and when we can try to meet. But how do we grow this vertical? And
There is a lot of brainstorming already going on in the background. We've planned a summit, an award show, what not possible. Let's see in the coming how
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
takes
we
place.
want to empower our members in many ways. This is a very fascinating industry. And, if we are really, like I said, if you are in good hands, things, really can be streamlined properly. Otherwise, a lot of people make mistakes in doing things. And this is an industry of opportunities which are going to a different level, after the OTTs, entry into our country. It's gone to a different level. Sky is the limit. I mean, I'm sure everybody who's here is watching Harshad Mehta show or watching. There is no actor there. There's no face. This is just creativity with so much of, knowing that this is the audience who's going to watch this. Or you go and see a Jamtara. Who's the actor in Jamtara? But see the homework that has happened because there's so much that is there. You got to understand. So sky is the limit today. At low budget, I cannot reveal or tell you the numbers that these shows will get. You'll be shocked. Shocked beyond belief.
I'm completely overwhelmed by this. I have a lot of ideas which I'm going to discuss with him.
Sure.
And maybe, we should also hold some classes in some way where we train the audience to watch film.
Yeah.
Like I always watch one film twice. First, I watch it like the rushes, quickly absorb. The second time when I go to a film, and I go always, I look at the film from the director's point of view. If there is something hung on the wall, some picture, why is it there? Nothing in a film is by
Absolutely.
itself. Everything is predetermined by the director. So second time you should go and watch the film from the director's eyes, and then go deeper than the story itself.
We have also discussed on vetting movies by our expert panel once we get into the market, and then actually being a mediator so that we can connect them to the investors. So we have a lot of ideas in the
There's a lot
pipeline.
of things around this.
Lot of things. This is the business that we're talking today. So
we have, we have a great committee on the film world. Maybe sometimes we should bring all of them together also on a panel and talk to them.
Sure.
People know who are there on the committee.
Right now, I think today on this show, Jailam is there, and I think only Jailam and Sanjay I can see. Can you quickly say hi, Jailam and Sanjay, if you're there? Unmute yourself. Video, please.
Hello. Okay, sure. Yeah.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Thank you very much, Yusuf ji, Yusuf bhai.
My pleasure, sir. No G,
Thank
sir.
you.
You are my sir.
Absolutely, absolutely a smashing. Thank you, Simran.
Fantastic.
As always.
Priya, can you do me a favor? Priya, there are a lot of questions which have gone unanswered. If you want, I can put my number and the email ID.
Yes, I think you should definitely do so that
Right?
people can
Okay.
connect with you
Yeah.
directly. And all those questions also, I will email it to you once the show
Yeah.
is
So
over.
if they can email me so that, at least individually I can answer.
Perfect.
I'm just adding my email ID and this so that people,
Perfect.
it's very unfair that so many questions go unanswered. So I put my email ID and phone number. So anybody has any questions, they can write to me or call me.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you very
so
much.
much, Vikas sir, Priya, and Simran. Over to you, Simran.
Thank you very much. It's been one of the most incredible sessions here at the IBG. So I'm going to request all of you to kindly share with us, if it's the first time you've joined us here, kindly share with us your details so that we could let you know about our future webinars. And of course, our film vertical is to be headed by Mr. Yusuf Sheikh himself. So we're truly, truly delighted and excited to keep inviting you for our future webinars. So just for the sake of it, we have some tomorrow and day after that as well. I look forward to meeting all of you. Please enjoy these beautiful Navratras. Jai Mata Di, Jai Ma Ambe, and Global Namaste. Thank you very much to each and
Thanks so
everyone.
much.
All
Thank
right,
you.
guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
Have a lovely day. Bye. Thank you.